people to know who's Mr. Neil.
Sure. Well, it's great to meet you, and it's great to be here.
Yeah.
So my journey kind of within the world of AI starts almost 10 years ago, where I became fascinated by a field called affective computing, which is using AI in order to be able to predict emotion. And that interest led to some work in the US government space, which led to starting a company focused on the security of AI.
Which is CalypsoAI.
Exactly. So I started that company in 2018. And in 2018, obviously, the security of AI was not such a perhaps obvious problem as it was and as it is today.
Yeah.
And what we ended up seeing with Calypso was really that this was a problem for nation states originally. And then over time, especially thanks to the advent of the first commercial version of ChatGPT, it ended up becoming a problem for a lot greater number of individuals than originally.
Mhm.
And Calypso had this incredible journey of starting with securing the US government, securing allies of the United States, and eventually ended with Calypso securing everyone from Palantir to Lockheed to many other large-scale commercial companies. And that company recently sold to F5.
Okay, so when you said national security, there is a question boiling in my head, and that is AI and cybersecurity and national defense or national security. So how AI can affect national security in a way, like what is the benefit of AI, like inclusion in national security?
I mean, there are quite a few, but I would think about it sort of in the context of if everyone else is doing something and you aren't doing that, then you are at a material disadvantage. So even though there are significant advantages of AI, and we can talk about all of those advantages if you'd like, the real kind of conundrum for countries is that if they aren't utilizing this new technology, they're at a strategic disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's sort of like if everyone is using a gun and you're using a bow and arrow.
Yeah, you have to even out the playing field.
Exactly.
So using AI in security is, I think now it's like a lot of people and a lot of countries are now using more advanced technology, and when there's advances, you have to advance yourself also with technology. So I think AI is the best new thing to add on anything, especially now we are currently in AI and cybersecurity form. So I think AI and cybersecurity should be the new thing to add to security as a whole.
Yeah, 100%. And just going really practical for a second, now the problem that every security leader has is too many alerts. So the way that security organizations function is you have all of your security tools, and then you have a security operations center. And in that security operations center, you have threat analysts and other analysts that are deciding on what to do with every single alert. And you're using oftentimes something like Splunk or another SIM. And the issue is that if you're not using AI, you're just completely overwhelmed with the number of threats that you're seeing, and you have no way of being able to decide what indicator of compromise is accurate versus which indicator of compromise isn't accurate. And so effectively at this point, it's less of a desire and more of a kind of must-have. And then as we move forward and we start to get into agentic AI workflows, you get into a world where you have entire kind of threats or entire attack sequences happening in an automated fashion.
Yeah, I heard, if you heard with me, Mr. Renzen talked about an AI agent that will help in that issue. And I'm really fascinated with AI, that I really want your opinion about, for students, especially because I'm a student, and I really want to know what things or trends with AI that students now should, AI and cybersecurity, they should focus on so they can grow themselves.
Well, I think the number one thing that any student can do is to actually just use AI. It's to build applications. It's to use tools like Cursor or Claude Code. and actually be able to experiment with AI. It's to be able to have that nuanced understanding of, where are there comparative advantages and where aren't there comparative advantages, and to actually, use the number one resource that every student has, which is ample time, to kind of get a feel for what the field is, how the field is evolving, what are the changes, how do they kind of fit together.
Personally, I'm very fascinated as a student with AI. I use it for a lot of different things, like design ideas, helping me with my senior projects. So I think we are very, like, our generation is very blessed having AI at the current moment. And yeah, I really want, like, for end the question, like, what is one thing you like about AI, and describe it in one word?
Freedom.
Yeah, because AI, actually, you have freedom in a lot of things to do with AI.
You have the ability to have a world expert on any topic that crosses your fancy or your imagination, available instantaneously.
Okay, so this is our time with you. Thank you very much for being on this podcast, and lovely having this talk with you. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much for having me.